Welcome back to another episode of the Abandoned STI presented by Turn 14 Distribution. Today we're calling ourselves Detail Academy because we are going to give this thing a serious cleaning inside and out. When you abandon your STI in a parking lot for a year, it gets a little bit abused. As we showed you in the previous episode, everything underneath here was rusty. It was a mess. The rear subframe is now off for blasting at JP, our buddy JP at Stripping Tech. He's taking care of all that stuff. And we figured now was a good time to give the rest of the car that deep clean that it really needs. But before we get to any of that, I think Pete and I need to have a little heart-to-heart here to determine who is going to get to daily drive this thing for the summer. Because if you watched the last episode, you realize we reached a bit of an impasse there. I was expressing some desire to daily drive this thing, and then Pete dropped that bombshell.
Yeah, you went behind my back and you shot a video.
Well, you know, there was...
Sabotaged me.
I was thinking things by myself, and then you had the same thought. So we have to figure out a way to sort this out. So maybe we should go over to the whiteboard and we'll come up with a plan, maybe some kind of a competition to see who gets to claim this thing as their summer daily driver. STI Daily Driver Challenge. So we need some things to kind of sort out who claims daily driver status for the summer. I'm thinking an obvious one, since we're called Speed Academy, we're not just Detailing Academy here, is maybe a time lap, a time attack.
Sure, of course.
You know, so let's stick with our strengths, or at least my strengths. And then since I picked one, why don't you pick one, Pete? What do you think's next?
Well, I think a roll race would be pretty cool.
Okay.
And what we would do in that is, we talked about beating the GTR's lap time with that car. So if we got a GTR to roll race against, and we would do one roll race, and then we would switch cars and do the other.
Okay.
And then the fans can kind of tell us who they thought was...
Who pulled the better gap?
Yeah, who pulled the gap, or who was faster.
Okay, so we're going to call it versus a GTR?
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. I like that. And then we need a tiebreaker, because chances are...
We got to do a Subaru thing.
A Subaru thing, yeah. It's something that really fits the culture of Subarus. We can't really do a rally event. That's too time-consuming, and we'll trash the car. We could do a rally cross, but again, that's going to be hard on the car.
No, that car's not really going to be set up for that.
What else are Subaru guys really into?
Well, I think a vape contest.
Ooh, vape clouding, yes.
To determine the winner would be a pretty dang good idea.
Vape cloud.
Because, well, it takes any real skill out of this competition, and whoever has the bigger lung capacity, I'm sure everybody would love to know that.
Yeah, we're going to have to give some thought at how we really pull that off. Maybe we do a poll, so you can throw the biggest cloud, and then we poll you guys to see who who's the better Subaru owner there. So yeah, let's play around with those. We'll fine tune these a little bit, guys. But yeah, I think that's a good overall strategy for picking the daily driver winner. So with that sorted out, maybe it's time to go and get this thing cleaned up so that one of us looks really good cruising around.
That's right. Let's get to work.
All right. So Pete and I aren't really detailing kinds of guys. I mean, we know how to wash a car and kind of do the basics, but we've never really gone very deep on the detailing side of things. So we turned to our friends at Sonex Canada, who hooked us up with a whole bunch of product to get this car looking good again. This is obviously their car shampoo, and this is a microfiber scrubby thingamabobber to wash with. And they also gave us this bucket, which has the nice sort of screen or separator at the bottom to, separate the dirt from the clean water. A whole bunch of other stuff that we'll show you in a bit, but why don't we start by just giving this thing a decent bath, getting the worst of it off the paint, and then we'll get down to the finer details from there. Now that we've given the car a good wash, it's time for Sonex Fallout Cleaner, which is not for nuclear winter, but is actually for removing aggressive rust bloom residue and industrial dust from all paintwork and painted plastic surfaces. It's especially gentle on materials due to its pH neutral formula. So we spray this on the vehicle, we let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes, then we actually put a bit more on and agitate it with a sponge, rinse it off, and I think we're done. So, would you like to watch me spritz a car, Peter?
I do.
Let's get down to it.
Apparently it should turn some colors if there's rust all over it.
Oh,
it's kind of like that wheel cleaner, I think.
While we let the Fallout Cleaner work its magic on the paint, we are going to use some of Sonex's engine cleaner on the engine bay. I'm assuming it's kind of like a degreaser. You can see here it says removes oily and greasy dirt, so it seems like a good option for the engine bay and maybe even in the wheel wells.
Oh, I'm gonna spray that everywhere, even
Yeah?
underneath in the rear, around the
Yeah.
subframe area, just
Yeah, I
to
think
get
it's
all
a-
the grime
Yeah, I think it's a
off
good
this
call.
car, right?
So let's maybe I'll just work my way from top to bottom here.
Get to her, DP.
So it'll use gravity to my advantage. My hands are getting tired from all this heavy work
Oh,
here.
I
though,
know,
Pete.
this is such hard work.
It's really exhausting.
My goodness. Look at all that runoff,
Yeah,
DP.
wow.
Looks like this was a pretty filthy car.
We'll call it fallout cleaner for nothing. That's a lot of fallout.
That is. Now, the next level of clean here is gonna be
In here, yeah.
working this area. All right, you ready to watch this stuff come off?
Do it.
Damn, look at all that dirt underneath here. This thing was
Oh yeah.
needed. You know what? This is good. I feel good about this car already. Giving it the much needed attention here with a nice wash. So
And for everyone panicking about where all this water is going to go, don't worry.
it's going right in the back of the Porsche.
There's a drain under the Porsche on the floor. So
I've used a lot of microfiber cloths before, but none this big. I just wiped this whole car down with this drying cloth, and it absorbed all that water. I haven't rinsed it out once yet. Like, I can't even get anything out of it.
is that a magical Sonax one?
That is. These, you know, it's funny when you buy purpose-made products. Like, I used to just always use
Generic microfibers,
generic
yeah.
microfibers and really never thought twice about it. But I go through about 3 or 4 of them drying a car, and this one, it's done.
It's
one and
super
done.
absorbent.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look here.
Don't use that in the engine bay.
Oh yeah. But the engine bay is looking much, much nicer.
It is.
I'm gonna bring some compressed air here to speed this whole process up, blow it out.
It's time to amp up the Detail Academy here and get serious about this paint. Now that we've had a closer look at it, now that it's clean, we can see there's a lot of swirl marks, a lot of like water marks off the door handles, lots of scratches in it.
It looks hazy
It's
too.
very hazy. It's kind of sticky. It's a 10-year-old car that's probably never been polished or detailed in any real way. So I think after this is over, it should look pretty amazing. We're going to use Sonax's Pro Line Cut and Finish. And as the name implies, it both cuts and polishes the paint. So this is a one-step process. Typically when you cut and polish a car, it's at least a 2 or 3 step process. In fact, Sonax also has a 2-step process that they recommend for more aggressive scenarios where you want a more
Like
aggressive
black,
cutting.
right?
Black or red, Mike at Sonax was saying,
Yeah.
that you'd want to cut it first and then polish it afterwards. And you can see they have these scales along the bottom. So this is like a 6 out of 6 for cut, but only a 3 out of 6 for polish. Where this one is only a 4 out of 6 for cut, but a 6 out of 6 for polish. So that's your cut and your polish. Where this single stage cut and finish is a 5 and a 5. And it's designed to be a one-step process that gives you that 2 or 3 step quality finish in the end. Mike at Sonax Canada was recommending using their medium pad here. And these foam pads, you can see it's a fairly hard foam pad. It's not like the old-fashioned like lambskin ones or the really soft ones that are designed to use more like a paste, where Sonax is actually a water-based, silicone-free product that is much lighter, and so it kind of soaks this foam pad instead of, being more like a paste, and so you don't get any splatter. It's not thrown everywhere. It's also like rubber safe or trim safe.
You don't got to tape it
So
off.
you don't have to tape it off. It won't turn your
Which
trim
is awesome.
white, which is all pretty amazing stuff. Like one step, don't have to tape it off. This is kind of the ultimate lazy racer solution to making your car look good. So we're pretty stoked to see how it goes.
Okay, I'd say that was about, what do you think, DP? 2, 3 passes there,
I think
maybe?
it was 3 passes, yeah.
Yeah, so let's have a quick peek.
Oh wow, yeah.
It is looking really, really good here. You can see the metallic is just coming through. Wow, it has taken out a ton of scratches. I know this is probably hard to see on camera.
Yeah.
We're not set up for studio style paintwork shooting, but just judging from here, I can see a ton of the scratches. There's a bunch of like little contamination
Yeah, it looks
in the
dull
light,
there,
and
and
now
then it
here
gets
it
much
is
shinier.
so much nicer.
While Pete continues cutting and polishing the exterior of the car, I'm going to tackle the interior because 2 dudes, let's get 2 jobs done here. And lucky for us, Sonax makes a ton of interior care products to go along with a ton of exterior stuff they do. including this interior cleaner, which is good to use on even like home interiors. And I think it's also a deodorizer. It says it leaves, kills unpleasant odors and leaves it smelling fresh.
Ooh,
so
we'll need that.
We will need that. We also have this upholstery and Alcantara cleaner, which will come in handy on the seats because, as you can see, the seats have these center sections which are like a micro suede or Alcantara type material, and they're kind of, I don't know if that's staining on the lower cushion or if it's just like wear, but we'll see what this does to those surfaces. We also have their leather foam cleaner, which we'll use on the leather bolsters, and they also have a dashboard cleaner, which I think which leaves a matte finish, which I like because I hate it. I hate that like high gloss finish that some cleaners leave on your dash. This will be, less reflective, so you won't get the sunlight blinding you. We can use that on all the hard plastics and stuff. I don't think any of these are gonna do anything with the salt staining on the carpets though. Those white stains on the carpet are from salty snow on your boots, getting on the carpet, and it stains it like that. And I've found a really good DIY solution for that is just a white vinegar and water solution. I think it's like 1 part vinegar to 10 parts water. Spray it on there, just agitate it a bit, and the salt just like magically disappears. There's obviously some kind of chemical reaction that happens there, but it takes care of that really, really well. So I'm actually gonna run to the corner store, buy some white vinegar so I can take care of that. Well, I would say my DIY salt removal trick has worked okay. Didn't work as well as I remember working on my MDX, but this was a really severe case, so I think
that is the worst case
so
scenario possible.
It's
just baked in, exactly.
Like
like a rock.
Almost. Yeah, it really did turn to a rock. So it's much better than it
It
was.
is, for sure it is.
And once the carpet or the floor mats are back in there, I don't think you're really going to notice it, but it's not perfect.
Well, I think it looks pretty damn good, DP.
It does.
It's a big transformation as to what it was. It's just, it looks now nice and clean. There's no more of those swirls or streaks or the stains. So I think we've done ourselves a really good job. There is, however, one last step. And normally we would do this right away, but we are going to ceramic coat this car with this product from Sonax. However, we're gonna leave this to when we actually finish putting this entire car back together, because we don't really wanna do this right now, because I know there's still gonna be a little bit of grime and whatnot that's gonna ensue with, we've got to put the whole rear end in, we've got to put the motor and whatnot. So this is going to be our last step to kind of like lock everything in. When we're done, we're going to obviously have to wash the car and all that stuff again, but we're going to leave this for later. However, there's some pretty cool stuff that we have to show you, some aero bits that I really want to test fit, so let's get to that. Our front bumper is not in the best of shape, despite cleaning it up and whatnot. There are still a few cracks in it, specifically this one here. I'm gonna try to plastic weld this together. And I thought, could I find a lip that could cover up a little bit of these cracks? So I contacted Turn 14 to see what they had in stock, and check this out. This is a Gretty lip, and it conveniently is going to cover up our cracks like that. So I think I can actually put this on here real quick for everybody to show you what it's gonna look like, but I may need to do a little bit of pulling just to get her on here. Let's see if I can line it up. Bam, there we are. Woo, it is in place.
Fits JDM tight.
Yeah, what do you think, DP?
It looks good, I like it a lot.
It's pretty aggressive.
It is.
I think it's gonna lower the front nose here quite a bit,
Yeah.
but we'll have to watch for the potholes. However, I do really like it.
Dude, look how good it fits.
I know.
Crazy.
Well, that's the beauty of it too. Like, look at the fitment on that.
Proper Japanese quality right
How
there.
cool, right? In the back here, Dave and I went back and forth about what type of wing or addition to the rear end that we wanted. And, you know, the factory one's actually pretty aggressive here, but we thought, well, why don't we look at something that's a little bit more rally inspired? So we wanted to pull this one off and check out what we got for you guys. This is an agency power rally style wing. It's very aggressive. Our buddies over at Vivid Racing make it. Make sure to check out their channel. I'm gonna link in the corner above. But this thing has a really nice carbon centerpiece here. And the rest of it is actually really well made. But really, what we all want to see is how it's going to look. Because that is the staple of something like this. And check that out.
Aggressive.
That is aggressive. I think this thing is going to add the aggressiveness that we need to the back end here, because we've got that front lip now and this whole wing in the rear.
Boom, check that out. This is a Various Engineering rear diffuser. This is brand new on the market. We might have one of the very first ones as far as we know. And it is a pretty aggressive looking piece, although once it's tucked under the rear bumper, it's actually very subtle. So it's not gonna make it look like a crazy, time attack car.
Yeah.
It's gonna look good for sure. And it is very functional. That's the nice thing about Various is they take their engineering very seriously. This thing has been like CFD designed. They scanned the underside of the car so that it fits up perfectly. It's all CNC cut and CNC bent for like tremendous accuracy as far as the fit and finish of it goes. It's got this nice like matte black powder coat finish on it. Man, this thing fits up exceptionally well. We've obviously just kind of got it propped in there and zip tied in just to show you guys what it'll look like, but they've got this nice little like recess in here that lines up with the rear, bumper cover where it sticks out a bit. It just fits really nicely. And it looks super good. I think it's very subtle, but should be an actual effective, functional piece of aero. I don't know about you, PT, but this thing is looking pretty darn good.
I know, there's no motor in it, but it's looking really awesome.
It is. I mean, obviously it looks a little weird in the air with no wheels and tires on it. That's coming soon, but the paint looks so much better. That front lip is a true winner. I love that front lip. It looks great on the car. Same with the rear wing and the diffuser. I think they look perfect, but the sides feel a little naked to me. I'm kind of feeling the carbon fiber side splitters that we ran on the FRS on the S2000. Something like that, maybe on the side to fill the look out a bit.
Maybe.
Maybe you guys can let us know in the comment section what you think might look good along the sides. Other than that, Pete, I mean, I don't think there's a lot that the exterior needs anymore. We polished the headlights. You did a great job polishing the whole car. The interior's looking good, so I am pretty stoked on this. And by the way, guys, if you want any of these parts, we'll put links in the description so that you can go and find them easily. We may even be able to sell some of this stuff to you, including these sweatshirts that Pete and I have been rocking from What Monsters Do. We can get you this stuff through turn 14. So I think we're calling this one a wrap, everybody. I'm really excited to see this car looking fresh. It really motivates us to get the thing back in one piece and on the ground. The weather's warming up. That's motivating us too. The snow is melting. So this thing is going to be on the road sooner than later, and Pete and I can get down to the nitty-gritty, fighting it out to see who gets to use this thing as their summer daily driver.
I should also mention we have not been paid by Sonax Canada to promote this product at all. We're just looking to use good quality products that are out on the market, and we figured we'd give Sonax a try. So I think with that being said, it is time we do the rest of this car and see what it looks like.